Today we are going to look at the literary devices, tone and mood. Our want is to develop an understanding of an author's tone and mood in a text. I want you to picture this as I read it. It was a dark and stormy night. I sat alone in the old dilapidated house staring out the window. The sky was black, the wind was loud, and the rain slammed against the broken window pane. I shut my eyes, remembering my earlier visit, and I felt so embarrassed and angry. When I opened them, the lightning bolt flashed and lit up the room once more. I had to get out of the house. I had to hide. No one could know my horrible mistake. I opened the door, took a deep breath, and ran into the cold and rain. What feelings did you have while listening to this story? What made you feel this way? What words did you hear that helped create this feeling? By answering these questions, you are on your way to defining the mood and tone of a text. Mood and tone are important because they help create the meaning of a story. Take note of the words I have highlighted. They are words like dark, stormy, dilapidated, black, loud, rain slammed, lightning bolt flashed, horrible, cold and rain. These words give us a feeling when reading this text. This is what we mean by the author's tone and mood. What is mood? Mood is the feeling you get while reading a story. This could be happiness, sadness, darkness, anger, suspicion, loneliness, or even excitement. You can think of mood as the atmosphere of the story. To describe mood, you should think about the setting and the language used by the author. In the opening story, we saw the setting as dark and the weather angry. The narrator used language that created fear, such as cold and black. The mood of a story can change how we identify the thesis and the characters. For example, if we read a short story about a lovable nanny, we would expect positive words like cheerful, loving, and caring. However, we could take that same idea of a nanny and make it more of a horror story by changing the atmosphere with aggravated, cold, and enraged. We have the same character, but the author's message and description is much different. Here are some examples of mood in literature. The first example is from Pickwick Papers by Charles Dickens. Charles Dickens creates a calm and peaceful mood in this novel. This is shown with the quote, "The river, reflecting the clear blue of the sky, glistened and sparkled as it flowed noiselessly on." The depiction of idyllic scenery imparts a serene and non-violent mood to the readers. The second example is from Mary Poppins. P.L. Travers creates a cheerful mood throughout the story by using silly words such as supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, taking the reader on wild adventures with the children and filling the pages of the book with scenes that make you laugh out loud. Understanding the function of mood is very important, and this slide will support you in writing your paragraphs, in particular the explanation section. Mood helps in creating an atmosphere in a literary work by means of setting, theme, diction and tone. It evokes various emotional responses in readers, and thus ensures their emotional attachment to the literary piece they read. Once the readers are emotionally stirred, they fully comprehend the message that the writer tries to convey to them. Let's move on to tone. Tone is an attitude of a writer towards a subject or an audience. Tone is generally conveyed through the choice of words or the viewpoint of a writer on a particular subject. Every written piece comprises a central theme or subject matter. The manner in which a writer approaches this theme and subject is the tone. The tone can be formal, informal, serious, comic, sarcastic, sad, or cheerful, or it may be any other existing attitude. Consider the following examples of tone. I want to ask the authorities, what is the big deal? Why do they not control the epidemic? It is eating up lives like a monster. I want to draw the attention of the appropriate authorities towards damage caused by their epidemic. If steps are not taken to curb it, it will further injure our community. The theme of both tone examples is the same. The only way we can differentiate between them is their separate tone. The tone in the first example is casual or informal, while it is more formal in the second. Tone examples in common speech. We adopt a variety of tones in our day-to-day speech. The rise and fall of our speech determines what message we desire to convey. Look at these examples. Example 1. Father: we are going on a vacation. Son: that's great. The tone of son's response is very cheerful. Example number 2. Father: we can't go on a vacation this summer. Son: yeah, great. That's what I expected. The son's tone is sarcastic. Example 3. Can someone tell me what the hell is going on here? This has an aggressive tone. Again, this slide will support you in writing your explanations for your PEE paragraphs. Tone decides how the readers read a literary piece and how they should feel while they are reading it. It stimulates the readers to read a piece of literature as a serious, comical, spectacular, or distressing manner. In addition, tone lends shape and life to a piece of literature because it creates a mood. Moreover, tone gives voice to characters and throws light on the personalities and dispositions of characters that readers understand better. If you have viewed the movie Frozen, I think we can all agree that the tone and mood is light, happy, and hopeful. However, depending on what the author is trying to achieve through tone and mood, this can change. Think about what tone and mood the creator has created in this trailer.
Do you want to be a snowman?
What have you done?
It was an accident.
Your power will only grow. Smoke detector. I don't want to hurt you. Sorcery.
Do you want to build a snowman?
At the end of this video, you will find a link to an exit ticket. The exit ticket will ask you, what is mood? What appeal does it have on the reader? What is tone? What appeal does it have on the reader? Once you have completed the exit ticket, you may find your way to OneNote, where you will need to complete today's reading and then answer one of the questions in a PEE paragraph.